Today I'm going to be talking about USB 3 Type-C charging, but before I get into any details, my name is Steve Smith, this is TQA Weekly, and there is some kind of danger related to USB 3 Type-C charging, but in a very specific case, and guess what? We've known this since November 20th, 2015, thanks to Benson Lung, a Google engineer who had posted this on his Google Plus page. And what this actually implicates is a few things that we have basically been living without. We've been living in a relatively safe bubble, with USB 1 and USB 2 being relatively safe technologies where the cable's basically not responsible for anything. The host and the charging devices communicate with each other, and the cable doesn't have anything to do with anything as it's considered a straight pass-through cable, just allowing the data to pass through without issue. And for the most part, we haven't had any problems because we're used to using 1 amp and 2.1 amp charging blocks, and USB ports on computers, laptops, battery banks don't have an issue delivering that much power at all. However, as the USB 3 Type-C connector starts becoming a thing, a lot of people will still have retained a lot of legacy devices, like older computers and laptops and other charging banks that do not support the USB-C type connector. Now, this is going to cause a very specific issue, and it's an issue defined as the USB 3 Type-C 3 ampere problem. The problem is that any USB 3 Type-C cable that terminates in a Type A connector has to have a very specific resistor in it. And there are a lot of them that simply don't have the correct resistor in it. So that actually allows for the charging device, basically your phone or tablet or whatever other device that has that capability of being charged through USB 3 Type-C, to actually demand 3 amps from the host device. Now, our older computers and laptops and charging banks and wall warts are not designed to handle 3 amps. So that usually ends up in these devices basically giving up the blue smoke, which means they short the hell out. And that actually is a very particular dangerous problem that has been going on. Because these cables are badly designed and put together, they're basically shorting out devices and nobody knows why, except that it's been around for 11 months, the exact reason we just happen to keep forgetting about this. So this does not, however, extend to USB Type-C pass-through cables that actually have USB Type-C connectors on either end, because the host and the charging device can both cleanly communicate and they both meet their specifications, meaning that even the chargers for Type-C cables that are available with Nexus phones and other phones are actually plenty capable of giving you the 3 amps necessary. But there are people that are going to want to connect these things to old school battery banks, wall warts, their computers and laptops, because they just hold on to legacy devices. And there is a simpler fix than you think. And it usually actually implies that you pay attention. So you go to tqaweekly.com/SE7EP10 and you can go and click on the link in the show notes, and he has a list of cables that will actually be good for you. But basically the cables you are looking for are USB Type-C connectors terminating in Type A that have a 56k ohm resistor. Yes, a 56k ohm resistor will allow a USB Type-C enabled device to charge. Mind you, it will be slower, but it will be safer for your host device. And the only way to really fix this kind of stuff is to get rid of legacy devices. And we all know that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. So I hope you liked this episode, but if you didn't, dislike it. Otherwise, like it if you did. Share with those that you think can benefit from this, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions for topics, email me at ask@tqaweekly.com. Go to my website, tqaweekly.com, for everything else. If you want to make this show better, go to patreon.com/tqaweekly and become a patron today. Patrons get these episodes 24 hours in advance of everyone else. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.